I'm Sue Cunningham, and I'm from Hartley, Texas, and I'm a world champion Chuckwagon cook. We've been in competition 30 years. My dad, Dick Shepherd, had a wagon, and he cooked for spring and fall roundups. He's just a typical cowboy cook, and he loved visiting with everybody, and he wasn't scared to ask people to help either. My sister and I would go and help him when we could. You know, we weren't always able to go and help him. We should have paid more attention to the cooking. We'd agitate the cowboys instead. He passed away in '84, and we were helping him quite a bit before then. And we always cooked for the Matador reunion at Channing, and so he would always cook a supper on a Friday night, and then he'd cook breakfast and supper again. You just got to learn to cook over the open fire, and if you need something hotter, you go to the hotter end of the fire. We use two different kinds of wood. We use mesquite for the Dutch oven. These Dutch ovens they hold coals longer, and then we use old cedar posts that are about ready to throw away. That's when we like to get them, and it's a quick hot fire. And most people don't use the cedar, but we do. My dad always did, so we do too. In a cook-off, you cook for about 50 people. You start whenever you want to, but usually about 6 in the morning, and usually turn it in around noon. Mostly I do the desserts, and Jean always did the bread, and now Wade's doing the bread. So, of course, we all help with different things.
I do the beans, and I do the battering and the seasoning for this chicken fry.
She helped get the meat ready, and then I always fried the meat too, and it's usually chicken fry.
I just started watching them, what they did, and they told me what I needed to do.
We cook whatever they furnish, because they want everybody to have the same thing. You just try to make yours taste better than the rest of them. The authenticity of the wagon is part of our competition, so you want it to be authentic. And like my dad's old wagon, he had one old XIT wagon over here, and it came off of the Bravo ranch, and the Bravo had bought Peggott, part of the XIT. Well, he had plywood chuck box, metal to bows, metal tongue. They came off on all of that. And so in '93, we went to Lubbock, and we won first in all 4 categories, which was hard to do, and we didn't even get in the overall. They had so many points on the wagon that we didn't even get in the overall. So we thought that year, we're going to change Daddy's wagon, or we're going to go get another one. So my husband and Peggy and I went up in Kansas, and we bought a Chuckwagon. This is a 1916 Peter Shutler wagon, and we went up in Kansas and bought it in '94. But in 2007, we had Wayne's Wagon Work to restore it, so we thought they did a really good job on it. Red Stegall is on the one that has you to put your wagon in the parade, and you drive 3 miles, so you find out whether they're worthy or not by then. What do they hold? Yeah. We got a bunch of Dutch ovens in ours. That's where we carry our Dutch ovens. And they're heavy. We take like 16 altogether. We don't use the 12-inch very much, but we keep 1 or 2 on hand. They're just so little when you're cooking for that many. 14s and 16s is mostly what we use. I usually grab my 14s before the rest of them get them.
Do you lift those heavy things?
Yeah. That 16-inch is 35 pounds empty with the lead and all. I don't remember how much the 14 is, but I exercise every morning, and I have for several years. Well, I do Taebo, but not the extended kind. I go as fast as I can go. I just try to stay active. And so far, so good. I'll be 85 this year. Well, we were in the Food Network 3 times in Rio Dosa, and then we won one of the times that they were there. But then I judged the throwdown with Bobby Flay. Kent Rollins was cooking, and Bobby Flay was cooking chicken fried steak. Bobby Flay, I admire him because he's always cooking against somebody else's recipes and stuff. But he had too many spices in his chicken fry and his gravy, and there was bacon scattered across the top. I thought, that's kind of a dead giveaway. I'm going to be fair about this. I thought, but it was, out of place because it had to be authentic and all that other stuff too. So we went ahead and judged it.
And who won?
Kent Rollins.